Have you ever imagined a creature so strange it seems like it's from another planet? Well, you don't have to look to the stars. Just look under the waves. Today we're diving into the world of the octopus, one of the most fascinating and intelligent animals on Earth. These incredible creatures are found in every single ocean, from the warm, sunny coral reefs to the freezing cold waters of Antarctica. There are about 300 different kinds of octopuses, and they come in all shapes and sizes, each with its own special set of skills for survival in its unique underwater neighborhood. Let's talk about what makes an octopus body so wonderfully weird. First, they don't have a single bone in their entire body. This is what makes them so squishy and flexible. They have 3 hearts pumping blue blood through their veins, not red like ours. 2 of these hearts work hard to pump blood through their gills, which are like their lungs, while the 3rd heart circulates blood to the rest of the body. They also have a sharp, hard beak, similar to a parrot's, which is the only solid part of their entire structure. This beak is hidden right in the middle of where all their arms meet. The variety among octopuses is truly astounding. On one end of the scale you have the tiny star-sucker pygmy octopus, which is so small it could easily sit on your fingertip, measuring just about 1.5 inches across. On the other end you have the magnificent giant Pacific octopus. This incredible animal can have an arm span stretching over 14 feet, which is longer than most cars. Despite their size differences, all octopuses share the same basic, brilliant body plan that has made them successful survivors in the ocean for millions of years, adapting to incredible pressures at the bottom of the sea. So, what does it mean to have no bones? For an octopus, it's a superpower. This lack of a skeleton allows them to perform some of the most amazing escape acts you've ever seen. A massive 600-pound octopus can pour its body through an opening no bigger than a quarter. Can you believe that? It's all because the only rigid part they have to worry about is their beak. If the beak fits, the rest of the octopus can flow right through behind it. This ability is perfect for squeezing into tiny cracks to hide from predators, or for sneaking out of places you'd think were completely secure. When we think about smart animals, we usually think of chimpanzees or dolphins. But octopuses are right up there with the brainiest creatures on the planet. Their intelligence is structured in a way that is completely different from our own. While we have one central brain in our head, an octopus has a main brain plus 9 smaller mini-brains. One is in its head and then there's one in each of its 8 arms. This means each arm can think and act on its own, tasting, touching, and moving independently. In fact, 2/3 of an octopus's neurons, or brain cells, are located in its arms, not its head. This distributed intelligence makes octopuses incredible problem solvers. In aquariums and labs, they have shown just how clever they can be. They've been observed solving complex mazes to get to a tasty snack. They can even learn to open jars with screw-on lids, a task that requires a lot of coordination and planning. Some have even figured out how to open jars from the inside to escape. They get bored very easily, and a bored octopus is a mischievous octopus. They need lots of puzzles and toys to keep their busy minds occupied, or they will find their own, often chaotic, entertainment. One of the most famous examples of their cleverness happened at an aquarium where staff kept finding the floor mysteriously flooded every morning. After setting up a camera, they were shocked by what they saw. A 2-spotted octopus was sneaking out of its tank at night, crawling over to another tank to eat the fish, and then returning to its own home. Another time, a different octopus dismantled a water valve, causing hundreds of gallons of seawater to pour onto the floor. These aren't just simple animals, they are curious, intelligent beings that actively explore and manipulate their environment. This intelligence also leads to amazing behaviors in the wild, like tool use. The coconut octopus, for example, has been seen carrying around 2 halves of a coconut shell. In open sandy areas where there's nowhere to hide, these shells become a portable fortress. When a predator comes near, the octopus pulls the 2 halves of the shell together around its body, creating a perfect armored hideout. This kind of forward thinking and preparation shows a level of intelligence that we are only just beginning to understand, proving that these creatures are much more than just a collection of arms. An octopus without a shell or sharp spines needs some pretty impressive tricks to stay safe in an ocean full of hungry predators. Their number one defense is their incredible ability to camouflage. They are the true masters of disguise. An octopus can change the color and even the texture of its skin in less than a second. It can go from being smooth and brown to bumpy and green to perfectly match a patch of algae-covered rock. They do this using special skin cells called chromatophores, which are like tiny colored balloons that they can expand or shrink to reveal different colors. What makes their camouflage even more mysterious is that scientists believe octopuses are colorblind. So, how do they manage to match their surroundings so perfectly if they can't see the colors they are creating? It's a puzzle that researchers are still trying to solve. One theory is that they might be able to perceive polarized light, which is a property of light that humans can't see. This could give them a different way of seeing the world and matching it. Some species, like the mimic octopus, take disguise to a whole other level by imitating other, more dangerous animals like venomous sea snakes or lionfish to scare predators away. If camouflage doesn't work, an octopus has other tricks up its sleeve, or rather, in its body. When threatened, an octopus can shoot a thick cloud of black ink into the water. This isn't just a smokescreen to block the predator's view. The ink also contains a substance that messes with the predator's sense of smell and taste, making it difficult for them to track the escaping octopus. It's like a double whammy defense that confuses and distracts their enemies. All octopuses are also venomous, using their sharp beaks to inject venomous saliva that paralyzes their prey, like crabs and clams. As a final desperate move, an octopus can actually detach one of its own arms. If a predator grabs onto an arm, the octopus can simply let it go and swim away to safety. The detached arm will even continue to wiggle and crawl around for a while, creating a perfect distraction. And the best part? The octopus can regrow a brand new, perfectly working arm to replace the one it lost. It's an incredible survival strategy that shows just how resilient and adaptable these animals are, making them the ultimate escape artists of the deep sea. The life of an octopus is often intense and tragically short. For most species, their journey from egg to adult is a race against time, culminating in one of the most selfless acts in the animal kingdom. After a male and female octopus mate, the male's life is essentially over. He will wander off, stop eating, and die within a few weeks or months. The process is a bit different for the female, who now has the most important job of her life ahead of her, protecting her eggs. She is a dedicated and tireless mother, a true guardian of the next generation. A female octopus can lay hundreds of thousands of eggs, sometimes up to 400,000, which she carefully attaches to the ceiling of a hidden den or cave. For the entire time it takes for these eggs to develop, which can be several months, she will not leave them for any reason. She doesn't hunt or eat. Her sole focus is on guarding her precious brood from predators and keeping them clean and oxygenated by gently blowing currents of water over them with her siphon. She dedicates every last bit of her energy to ensuring her offspring have a chance to hatch. Once the tiny, rice-sized baby octopuses finally emerge from their eggs and drift away into the ocean currents, the mother's job is done. Having not eaten for months and completely exhausted, her body begins to shut down in a process known as cellular suicide. She will die shortly after her babies have hatched. It's a sad ending, but it's a vital part of the octopus life cycle that guarantees the survival of the next generation. From the hundreds of thousands of babies, only one or two will be lucky enough to survive to adulthood and repeat the cycle. From their alien-like bodies with 3 hearts and blue blood to their mind-bending intelligence and Houdini-like escapes, octopuses are truly in a class of their own. They are problem solvers, tool users, and masters of disguise. Even their name is a little tricky. The correct plural is octopuses, not octopi. These solitary, short-lived creatures pack an incredible amount of wonder into their brief time on Earth. They remind us that our planet's oceans are filled with marvels that are stranger and more wonderful than anything we could ever invent, proving that real-life adventure is always just a dive away.